As a kid who grew up playing the original Kingdom Hearts when it was released, and a huge fan of JRPGs, I was eagerly awaiting the release of Kingdom Hearts 3 with great anticipation. After more than 13 years since the release of Kingdom Hearts 2, and playing most of the spin-offs released on various consoles, do I think that Kingdom Hearts 3 was worth the wait? The reason this review is so late, even though I purchased the game on release day in January, is that I unfortunately found the game to be pretty boring, and wasn't something I was excited to play on my free time. It follows the same structure of the previous games, resolving conflicts on various worlds, and given story breadcrumbs that lead to a more interesting finale. I would revisit Resident Evil 2 and was more excited to finish Ni no Kuni 2 compared to Kingdom Hearts 3. For a relatively short adventure, completing the game in under 30 hours, I have little to no interest to return to find all the collectibles or discover Easter eggs in the various worlds. That's not to say I hated everything about the game, but would say that it's on the weaker side of all the games in the franchise. I preferred Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 1, Birth by Sleep, and 358 Days over 2. Starting with my grade first this time, I would give this game a C, and in this review I will explain why. Starting with things I enjoyed about the game, the graphics look amazing and I loved seeing how Sora, Donald, and Goofy's style changed as they visited worlds like Monsters Inc., Toy Story, and the 100-Acre Wood.
A surprise? For Pooh Bear?
I enjoyed using a variety of spells that you learn as you progress through the story and level up. Not only did each spell and their stronger versions feel and look great, each spell also had different effects, such as Blizzard creating a path of ice for you to slide on, or fire burning the ground around enemies had me using magic more than I ever had in previous games. I also loved how each weapon was unique and had different transformations that kept combat as diverse as possible. With that said, the combat is flashy, but there is little to no challenge as you can basically close your eyes and just button mash the attack button the whole time. Even on Proud mode, I never had to optimize my equipment or worry about my level going into a new area. While you can't spam heals, utilizing your party, items, and transforming into rage form would replenish your health during battle, eliminating the need to block or plan out any strategy. While the new worlds, like Rapunzel and Toy Story, were great additions, dull minigames and repeat worlds made for an uneven experience. I wish they would have focused on all new worlds, or incorporated all previous worlds like The Nightmare Before Christmas or Mulan, that were missing from this game. I wouldn't have minded the repetitive combat and worlds if the story was good, but because the story has gotten so convoluted over the course of all these games, Kingdom Hearts 3 fails to bring everything together in a satisfying way. Kingdom Hearts 2 did a much better job of building up to the final battle, where you had to take out the different organization members. Here you fight many of them over again, and it doesn't feel like you're seeing anything new. There's just so many characters and superficial villains that no one really stands out. The game tries to make you feel something by playing the same sad music during these scenes, but because the game expects you to already have deep feelings for these characters, they don't take enough time in this game to develop any of them. The game does play to its hardcore fan base, as every major character mentioned in previous installments makes a comeback or is referenced. I was ultimately disappointed with the game because it undoes many of the bittersweet moments that made Kingdom Hearts 2 and Birth by Sleep a few of my favorite games. In order to have a happy ending, trying to resolve all loose ends, there is no struggle or threat of any real danger, unless it's convenient for the sake of the story. Many things happen that can only be explained by the simple idea that light always wins over darkness, which has been the main focus since the very first game. Yet another reason why I was disappointed with Kingdom Hearts 3 was that it felt more like an adventure game and stripped away all the RPG elements. The original Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2 felt more like a collaboration between Square Enix and Disney, showcasing the best of both. In Kingdom Hearts 3, there are no Final Fantasy or Square Enix characters, and the gameplay doesn't feel like an RPG. For example, character stats, equipment, and the added cooking and crafting system feels tacked on like an afterthought. The last thing I'll mention is my disappointment in the ending. Without going into spoilers, I was hoping that this would be the final chapter in the Kingdom Hearts saga and finally put an end to the story. But in true Kingdom Hearts fashion, it ends the same way as every other game, by trailing off with more questions, setting up for even more games to come. Alright guys, thanks for watching this review. Sorry this one was a bit of a downer. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, or if I'm way off base here. Have a great day, hope to talk to you again soon.